Daily English Stories.
English made simple.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Smart English Learning Tips and Hacks. I'm Lisa, and I'm here with Mike. We're dedicated to helping you find the best ways to learn and stay motivated on your English journey.
Hi, everyone. It is so good to be back. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something I still find fun every single day.
That's right. Today we are talking about idioms and phrases, specifically how to learn them so you actually remember them.
This is a big one. Many of our listeners tell us they feel stuck with idioms. They say, Mike, I see the words, but the meaning makes no sense.
It's true. It is so easy to get confused when you try to translate idioms word for word from your own language. It just doesn't work that way.
Exactly. You see a phrase like a piece of cake and you start looking for a dessert, but there is no cake.
No cake at all. And that frustration often makes learners want to give up. They think idioms are too weird or too difficult to use in real life.
But by the end of today's story, you'll feel much more comfortable using these expressions. You will learn how to make them a natural part of your day.
We want to show you that learning idioms can be easy, fun, and very rewarding. We call this our English Made Simple approach.
So, Lisa, should I tell them about my secret weapon, the thing that changed everything for me?
Please do, Mike. I think the listeners would love to hear how you started mastering these tricky phrases.
Well, it all started with a small blue notebook. I called it my Idiom Journal. Instead of just writing lists of words, I started connecting one idiom a day to my real life.
I love that idea. One idiom a day is so much better than trying to learn 50 at once.
Exactly. One day, I decided to focus on the phrase piece of cake. As many of you know, this means something is very easy to do.
It's a classic. But how did you make it stick in your mind, Mike?
Well, I had a very big job to do at home. My kitchen was a complete mess. There were dishes everywhere and the floor was dirty.
That sounds like a lot of work. Did you feel stressed?
At first, yes. But I told myself, once I finish this, I'm going to say, that was a piece of cake.
So you were already planning to use the idiom before you even started?
Yes. I put a sticky note on the fridge that said, piece of cake. Every time I washed a plate, I looked at the note.
That is a great memory trick. You were connecting the physical action of cleaning to the words in your head.
Exactly. And you know what? When I finally finished scrubbing the floor, I stood up, looked at my clean kitchen, and shouted, that was a piece of cake.
I bet that felt great. Did it help you remember the meaning?
It really did. Now, every time I do something easy, I don't think of the translation in my head. I just think of my clean kitchen, and that phrase pops up.
That is a perfect example of learning in context. But Mike, idioms aren't just for cleaning the house, right?
Oh, definitely not. They are everywhere, especially at work.
That's where things get a bit more serious. Many learners feel nervous about using idioms in a professional setting.
I was the same way. I remember being in a team meeting a few months ago. My boss looked at us and said, team, we need to think out of the box for this project.
Think out of the box. That's a very common business idiom. It means to think in a creative way, right?
Yes, exactly. To find a new idea that isn't the usual one. But at the time, I was so confused. I kept thinking, what box? We are in a room, not a box.
It's funny when you think about it literally. Did you ask your boss what he meant?
No, I was too shy. I just sat there quietly. But that night, I went home and opened my Idiom Journal.
And what did you do?
I wrote down, think out of the box. Then I imagined a literal cardboard box. Inside the box were old, boring ideas. Outside the box were bright, shining new ideas.
That's a wonderful visual. It makes the metaphor so clear.
It really helped. The next week, we had another meeting. I had practiced a few creative ideas.
Did you get a chance to use the phrase yourself?
I did. I raised my hand and said, "I've been trying to think out of the box, and I have a suggestion for the marketing plan."
Wow, Mike. How did your boss react?
He smiled and said, "That's the spirit, Mike." It made me feel so much more confident. I wasn't just a student anymore. I was part of the conversation.
That is the power of idioms. They help you connect with people. They make you sound more like a native speaker and less like a textbook.
Definitely. But there is one more place where idioms and slang are super important.
Let me guess. Socializing with friends?
You got it. I love watching movies, but sometimes the slang is so fast. I hear things and I think, wait, what did they just say?
Movies are great for hearing how people really talk, but it can be overwhelming for beginners.
It really can. I remember watching a comedy movie where the characters kept using all this cool slang. I wrote a few phrases down in my journal.
Which ones did you pick?
I picked "What's up?" and "I'm down."
Oh, those are very common. I'm down can be confusing because down usually means a direction.
Right, but in the movie it meant "I agree" or "I want to do that."
So, did you try using them at a party?
Yes, I went to a party with some foreign friends the next weekend. One of them asked, "Hey Mike, we are going to grab some pizza later. Do you want to come?"
This was your big moment.
It was. I took a deep breath and said, "Yeah, I'm down."
And did they understand you?
Perfectly. They didn't even notice I was an English learner. We just kept talking and having fun.
That is so encouraging, Mike. It shows that you don't need to know every single word to have a great conversation. You just need a few key phrases used correctly.
Exactly. My idiom journal really saved me. It turned these scary, weird phrases into tools I can use.
I think our listeners can do the same thing. Mike, why don't we break this down into some clear steps for everyone?
I'm down for that.
Look at you using the slang. Okay, step 1, start an idiom journal. It can be a notebook or an app on your phone.
Step 2, pick only one idiom a day. Don't rush. Quality is better than quantity.
Step 3, find a real-life context, like Mike did with cleaning or his business meeting. Try to use the idiom in your head while you are doing that activity.
Step 4, don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you use an idiom incorrectly, someone might correct you, and that's how you learn.
And step 5, use visual aids. Draw a picture of the box or put a sticky note on your piece of cake task. It helps your brain create a strong connection.
These steps are so simple, but they really work. Learning idioms doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be a fun adventure.
I totally agree. And remember, it's okay if you don't understand every idiom you hear. Even native speakers sometimes hear phrases they don't know.
That's true. The goal is communication, not perfection.
Well said, Mike. I hope our listeners feel inspired to start their own journals today. Maybe they can start with piece of cake.
I think they should. It's the perfect phrase to start with because learning English with us is, well, you know what I'm going to say.
Is it a piece of cake, Mike?
It's getting easier every day.
We are so proud of all of you for sticking with your studies. Every little bit of practice counts.
It really does. Just keep listening, keep practicing, and don't forget to have fun with the language.
Before we go, we want to hear from you. What is one idiom you heard recently that confused you? Or what is your favorite English phrase? Leave a comment and let us know.
We love reading your stories. They motivate us to keep making these episodes for you.
That's right. We are all in this together.
Learn English one story at a time.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Smart English Learning Tips and Hacks. We hope you found these tips helpful.
Have a wonderful day of learning, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.